Alright, so how you all doing, boys? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, we'd just like to start off by saying sorry for not doing an upload yesterday. I've recently been super sick, and lucky I already had videos kind of like pre-scheduled for, obviously not yesterday, but the day beforehand, because I was just completely down for the count, but we are finally back. I've recovered. I'm still not feeling completely great, but we're good enough to actually get a video done. I was just absolutely bedridden, and using this team here now, definitely a little bit of a weird team. I did just get absolutely mopped by this team in the previous video, and also we finally have here the April Fool's Days cutouts. Honestly, I'm a big fan. I do believe we actually got a couple more of them, especially some new ones that we didn't get last time. I was a little confused as to why we didn't get some characters like Kusok and Margaret and whatnot, but of course we do have the Barn. Honestly, out of all the new ones, I reckon Barnes is by far the best one we have here. Is there any way we can bring it up? I don't think there is. Oh, that's alright, but this is the team we're using today. Basically just like the scummiest team possible. Pretty much using Twiggo's taunt so that they can't use any of the ult drain. The character AoE wipes the Elizabeth, we get her to extra ultimate gauge. We go second, we get an extra ultimate gauge there, and then combined with the melee passive, we get another one, and you pretty much turn one rush ultimate, or should I say turn two, because you won't be going first, but yeah, you just rush ultimate and then you completely wipe the team. So, I mean, all you really have to have built in this team is the Twiggo and the Meliodas. Elaine, obviously, or should I say Elizabeth, you want to have as weak as possible. Obviously, you want to go ahead and unequip all of your cosmetics, and when it comes to the gear side of things, she is one of two characters that we have no gear on. And then the Merlin in the back. I mean, you do maybe want her to have a bit of CC for when, you actually have to use her against that final opponent, but as long as you've got the passive effect from her, you will be alright. But I mean, this is the team we're using today, and let's jump right into it. Let's see it, first opponent, and I mean, not a crazy amount of AoE cards. Obviously getting out CC'd there, but I mean, I feel like at this point anything should kill our Goddess Liz. I'm a little disappointed that I've actually put in like the Awakening Stars into and whatnot, but at that time investing into my box, I didn't really know better. Also, I feel like straight away going for that kind of implies it's a bot. I mean, Melly having the like buff removal on his ultimate as well is just so insanely powerful. I mean, they also went for the Ptolemy ult remove after. Maybe it doesn't. We're just gonna go for this. This is like a perfect prime example of just why this team is so insanely stupid, especially if you do have something like a 6/6 Meliodas. There's not much you can really do at that point. Like, I mean, granted, I probably could have used a single target card beforehand to do a little bit more damage, but you're gonna end up killing. Actually, no. If I'd used a single target card beforehand, we could have killed Elizabeth as well, but I kind of expected the Margaret to die. And I mean, at that point where you can do like I said, you obviously can have a little bit of investment for Mel when she comes to the front, like in this aspect, but at this point, like Elizabeth and Gilfund aren't going to be doing a crazy amount. Stun removes the taunt there from Twiggo. Actually, does he still keep the taunt? Yeah, no, I didn't think he did. That's right, let's go 1-2, and I suppose we'll just chuck this out. There's no point really throwing any cards because Elizabeth's shield's only one turn and we'll drop off. Not like we need the ultimate removal either. And really not drawing any melee cards, damn. I feel like that's going to be a common theme for this video. Like, after that kind of first turn, we get the ultimate done, we're just not going to draw any melee cards. It always feels like some of these like weaker, like low rarity characters seem to just have like just a higher card pull rate than some of the others. And it's definitely the case, I feel, with some characters. Like, you cannot tell me Kyo doesn't have the same card pull rate as like Barn, let's say, because I mean, you can go a whole like 2-3 turns without playing any Barn cards, and your hand will just be littered with like Kyo single targets and Kyo AoEs, but I don't know, there's no actual proof to say otherwise, that's for sure. And a Barn team, okay, yeah, like these are some of those scenarios, and also once again, look at the card out, it's just too good. This is one of those teams where there's like pretty much nothing you can do. The only single target attack card they have is either the Terry single target card, or if you want to get like real heavy, it's like the Arthur ultimate as well, but you can't just be attacking with those two cards there. Granted, there's not a whole lot we can do either if we just try and like stall out and do nothing. I mean, we can get melee ultimate turn 2 anyways, but at the same time, like, we have used an iteration of like this kind of team on the channel previously. Let's see. Hasn't got the Nameless Dance up, so we can definitely attack into him. Do I want to go for Terry? Let's go for the double single target, that way we proc the second half of the melee passive, and then we use the melee ultimate, just that way we can rush his ultimate. I'm not expecting... I was gonna say I'm not expecting that to do a lot of damage. A lot more than I expected, that's for sure. What kind of build is his Terry Rock? Because I feel like pretty much everyone resorts to the kind of like HP defense Terry, because he's got one of those barn ultimates where like, especially at 6-6, you're just one-tapping teams regardless. Lifesteal on the Counter Meliodas, just completely getting back to full HP. Effects like Lifesteal and like the King Shield and whatnot always apply after the actual counter effect. Realize it'd be broken because like, you know, you could be on 1 HP attacking into someone. Oh. I mean, yeah, straight back to full HP, but can we survive this second attack? We took way too much in the first one. Is that his third card? Please tell me that's his third card. Oh, perfect. Would you look at that? I mean, what can he do here? What can he do here? I'm gonna go... Let's attack into you, get that 1 extra buff. Oh, do I even want to... That Terry count is really scaring me for some reason. Why not? We'll go for this. It's going to throw enough of like the stat decrease debuffs on them anyways. To the point where like, I feel like we should be able to finish off here. Wow, really? The Barn team's just that tanky? Damn, okay. The Barn team's really just that tanky. And this is where like problems with like me having like a, what is he? I think he's 4-6 Meliodas. It's a 3-6 or a 4-6 Meliodas. I know that for sure, but like not having the maxed out ultimates really killed us here. Probably gonna be a while until he comes back as well. I don't have like a crazy amount of the Festival Queens either. I think I'm sitting on like 3 at the moment, but real unfortunate loss there. And this team kind of being what it is, you're never gonna really have like a crazy amount of consistency as well. Real high CC unknown team here. I also can't wait for us to have like stuff like D-Re-Zero, like collab rerun happen, because like giving people access to Amelia once again is like such a big thing. I know we have had the King of Fighters rerun, and you know, a lot of people have been given access to Kyo, but there's still people coming back to the game, or people who even just didn't have gems to summon at that time. It's a little unfortunate, but let's see. Do I want to... I feel like doubling there is our best bet. We're only attacking Amelia once with the AoE, so it's just not actually we're going to get the freeze on anyone, but just due to Melon's damage cap, always attacking into her is pretty much your best bet, especially since she does have quite a bit less HP than everyone else on the field most of the time, just due to the fact of that passive. Okay, so yeah, we get the ultimate. Is there much you can do unless he has like a double freeze? And that way you can like freeze Twiggo and then freeze Meliodas. I'm not too sure. Like some matchups, it's like, that's just the way it is sometimes, but some matchups you're kind of just like destined to lose against certain teams, or sometimes once you get a certain card draw, there's nothing awful you can do. I feel like he's kind of in that same spot here. Freeze on you there. Oh, okay, yeah. And he gets the extra freeze. Damn, insanely lucky. I definitely should have put... I didn't even think about that. We definitely should have put the Ludo Grace on our Twiggo. Easily could have saved us this one here. Actually, do you cleanse? Oh, you do too. Wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that either. Okay. Full circle. Never mind. Don't even have to worry about a Ludo Grace on Twiggo. That just about does it, right? Surely you can one-tap this team, Meliodas. I mean, hey, Jack of Light Growth is surviving. That's not much big a deal. It's not the strongest character in the world. There we go. I went ahead and moved the Ludocial Association onto Twiggo, just in case maybe, like in that situation, they froze out Twiggo and then used like the... Let's just say they did have like enough ultimate gauge to actually get the ult removal from the Pulverize effect on Gotha. That definitely could have killed that turn. Let's see this though, like... King's obviously full of AoE cards. Meli's got one. He could just try and go for like the double Escanor into Meli on Twiggo, which could definitely be problematic, but after that, yeah. I mean, even just like having Trader Meliodas start on like 3 ultimate gauge is such a scary thing. Real player goes for that right off the bat. Double King card? Yeah, I'm really not too sure what the plan was on that one. I mean, we have the Pierce card as well. I mean, let's just go... I'll take a Meliodas because you're probably going to be the strongest. Single target just to get the extra buff off. Use the Pierce card to obviously break the shields on the others. And then throw off the ultimate. Really hoping this card actually breaks. Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely... What am I thinking? Trader Meliodas is just by far the best unit in the game. And there's the one tap. Like, don't get me wrong, he's not maxed ultimate level, but he's still impressive. And another barn team. Well, today's video has just been full of these barn teams. God damn it, it's the most disappointing part is like the fact that my Meli's ultimate level is so low. It's probably going to be almost impossible to one tap any of these teams. Like, I know power creep is something that happens, and like, you know, not every team is going to be like viable forever, but just with how the barn team's built, I feel like it's going to be a team that holds up for quite a while, and especially ever since the addition of Terry to this team. You hear so many people say, like, it's not even the barn team at this point, like, it's more the Terry team. Like, that's just how powerful of a unit that Terry is, and especially with, like, the whole barn thing and, like, them synergizing so well. Let's see, I might go for that there. But yeah, no, like, he's aged quite a bit, and, like, especially, like, himself as a unit. Don't get me wrong, he's, like, insanely good in certain, like, guild boss activities in the current guild boss we have at the moment. I think it's Inek, I believe it is, the one with, like, you guys know what I'm talking about, basically. You can get, like, easy, just max rewards, like, without fail on that kind of guild boss is really good, but, like, using them in anything else that's not his team in PvP can definitely be a little bit difficult, that's for sure. And here we're stuck with the same situation again, just can we manage to just out damage? Is it better if I remove the buffs first and then go for the double single target? I think that's what I might do. At least this way at the end of the turn we are still getting the damage reduction again from the second half of Melee's passive, so let's see. Yeah, and Barnes just still got so much health. It's not like we can really land crits on... Never mind, okay, yeah. Barnes is one of those characters with such high crit resistance, but very low crit defense, and here I am saying we can't crit against him and we end up getting 3 out of 4 crits. If we end up getting card draw like that, the extra 2 melee cards at the end, it is obviously going to put us in a very good spot. Like, look at how many buffs Melee's got. Like I said earlier in the video, there's sometimes just like certain card draw you get and it just wins you matches. Doesn't matter how well your opponent plays or whatnot, but that's right. There's not much you can really do here. Let's get into our final opponent. And let's see at our final opponent. If you guys, of course, do have any team suggestions or even just video suggestions, by all means, let me know in the comment section down below. I mean, it's another one of those teams where, like, I really do want him to go ahead and do, like, the double Escanor single target into the melee, just because I feel like that's definitely the best bet. I 100% know for a fact that the dissolve isn't going to kill us. However, a melee AoE definitely will kill the Elizabeth there. That's a lot of damage on our Meliodas as well. It's really surprising. And unfortunately, that's not how dissolve works. Maybe it's a bot? Maybe? Or maybe it had something else in mind. That's alright. Let's finish it off with the good old... We'll go 1, 2, and then throughout the ultimate. But yeah, no, I feel like these matches have definitely been a little bit quicker, so I decided just to throw in the extra one there. But I mean, hey, definitely really enjoy this team, especially if you're like a little bit lower in ladder, or like, I don't know, if you have all of these units, I mean, you unfortunately do need the Twig Holy Relic, but they have given out free Holy Relics before, so like, I suppose, especially if you are someone that runs the barn team, it is definitely something you should have. But I mean, it's definitely a really, really strong team. Real easy wins. I mean, not something I'd recommend using in top 100 per se. There's just too many people know ways around, and there's a lot stronger teams and a couple more, like the Christmas Awaken Lilia team. Obviously, you have access to Lilia single targets. You're gonna be able to burn through Twigger regardless, so that's alright. Let's just wrap up the video. There we go, and that just about does it for today's video. Would once again just like to apologize for missing out on today's upload. I definitely would have liked to have fit in an upload, but it wouldn't have been the most eventful thing in the world. I was way too under the weather, and I'd like to, you know, thank you guys for actually, you know, understanding and whatnot. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching this far, honestly. Especially with yesterday's upload, I think we ended up getting something like, at this point in time, 800 views on the Ludoseal video, which, I mean, pretty much making up for the day where I missed an upload, which, once again, huge thanks. That just about does it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit like, comment, subscribe. Really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.